Welcome back to my channel The Cyclins. Today we are going to learn something really interesting, how we actually learn. Don't worry, I'll explain everything step by step in a simple way. So let's get started. Let's start with the basic question. What is learning? Learning means a change in our behavior or understanding because of experience. It's not something temporary like getting tired or just having a mood swing. When we learn, we gain new knowledge or new habits, and it usually stays with us. For example, if you touch something hot and get burned, you learn not to touch it again. That's learning through experience. Now, let's talk about a very famous kind of learning called classical conditioning. This is a type of learning where we start connecting one thing with another. Like if you hear a certain song and it reminds you of a happy memory, that's classical conditioning. This idea was first discovered by a man named Ivan Pavlov, a scientist from Russia. Pavlov did a famous experiment with dogs. Here's what he did. Every time he gave food to a dog, the dog would start drooling. That's a natural reaction. Then Pavlov started ringing a bell just before giving the food. After doing this again and again, something amazing happened. The dog started drooling just by hearing the bell, even if there was no food. Why? Because the dog learned to connect the sound of the bell with the food. Let's break this down into simple parts. Unconditioned stimulus. This is something that naturally causes a reaction. In this case, it's the food. Unconditioned response. This is the natural reaction. The dog drools when it sees food. Conditioned stimulus. This is something new that gets connected with the unconditioned stimulus. Here it's the bell. Conditioned response. This is the learned reaction. The dog now drools just from hearing the bell. So basically, the dog learned something new. Sometimes animals or people respond to things that are similar to the original stimulus. This is called stimulus generalization. For example, if Pavlov's dog heard a different bell sound, maybe higher or lower, and still drooled, that's generalization. It means the dog thinks the new sound is the same as the old one. But we can also learn to tell the difference. That's called the stimulus discrimination. Let's say the dog only drools when it hears the exact same bell Pavlov used, but not when it hears other bells. That means the dog has learned to respond only to that specific sound. What happens if the bell rings again and again but no food comes? After a while, the dog will stop drooling. This is called extinction. The learned behavior slowly goes away because the dog realizes food isn't coming anymore. But here's something cool. Even after extinction, the dog might suddenly start drooling when it hears the bell again after some time. This is called spontaneous recovery. It means the learned response can come back even if it was gone for a while. Let's quickly go over what we learned today. Learning is a change in behavior due to experience. Classical conditioning is learning by connecting two things together. Pavlov's dog learned to drool at a bell because it expected food. Generalization means responding to similar things. Discrimination means telling them apart. Extinction is when the learning fades away, and spontaneous recovery is when it suddenly comes back. I hope this made the topic super easy for you. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fun and simple learning videos. See you next time.